Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever you may be. I am Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. And as promised a little while ago, I'm going to test run two pom-pom makers. Now, I have already made one pom-pom using this large pom-pom maker, and that's what I got. It's fairly even. I mean, if you look at sort of the edge, it's not too bad. I mean, it needs trimming a little bit more, but all in all, in most parts, it's not too bad, and it's nice and secure. I've given it a really good shake and wallop, and yeah, no bits are coming out. So, but I will show you how to do it with the smaller one. So it's just a matter of I'm going to start at this end just purely so that I can stop this from sliding down. And I've got the fan on, which doesn't help because it's blowing everything everywhere. And when I was trimming the yarn earlier, it was blowing all the fluffy bits everywhere. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped trimming. Okay, so you just really need to just wind around and around and just keep going nice and firmly, but not, too firmly, but, and you just keep going around and around until you get it pretty much the same thickness, but you're going to go back again anyway, because you need to sort of fill up this gap here in order to get the pom-pom right. Now, I found this section down here tricky with this one, trying to, wind around and get close up to that. As you can see, I'm still having trouble getting close to the edge there with this type of pom-pom maker, just because, see, I'm hitting the camera and all sorts, just because of where it's situated. It's very close to the, edgy thing. That's very technical, Sam. But I suppose I could. Would that work? No, you can't take it apart. No, you can't take it apart while you're winding. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky getting that edge done. End done, I should say. So just winding and winding. And it really doesn't take very long at all to build up enough. And that's my chair squeaking. As I'm shaking, as I'm wobbling. So it's just, oh dear. Good little workout for your arms. If you need, if you've got bat wings like me, this is a great workout for them. Okay. Now, I was a little worried, I think, when I mentioned when I opened up the package that, because these were so loose, slotting in, that they were going to fall out when I was trying to cut the yarn. Well, that's not the case, because the thickness of this yarn actually holds them into place. Okay. I really want to try and get some thickness down this end. And I think that's going to about do it. It does not have to be completely horizontal, but the more you do pack in there, and I'm not too worried about where I cut it either, but the more you pack it in there, the better it's going to stay in there. Yeah, so I'm going to do the other half off camera just to save a little bit of time, and I'll show you the cutting and tying portion in just a second. Okay, so I'm just finishing this one off. Again, it's Not completely full, but it doesn't really need to be. I'm just going to pop that back in there. I'm going to snip that. Oh dear, wind. This fan is going to be the bane of my video today. Alright, so then once you've done that and you've got it together, you need to cut. So you just go, and keep in mind, I'm not using the sharpest. See, if I could go through all of that in one go, I think it would be more even, but I'm having to do it in 2 lots and 3 lots. So it's not going to be as brown. Oh, that's coming off. Hold down. Oh dear. It doesn't take very long, I will admit that. Okay, so that's one side. And as you can already sort of see that, you know, it really is quite sort of even, and it would be more even if I had a sharper pair of scissors. So I'm just going to hold that in place, hold that down, and then come, oh dear, move over. You really do need a good sharp pair of scissors for this. And I would say a good sharp big pair of scissors so that you can sort of get in there and go chomp in one lot so that you get all the ends all the same length. Not like what I'm doing here. I'm having to do it in sort of a couple of cuts, which is going to cause it to not be as even as it otherwise could be. Oh dear, these aren't very good at all. And I couldn't find my other scissors. I couldn't find the good scissors. I could only find the evil scissors. Okay, so once you've cut that, plop that down, go around. You want to go down the middle. Okay, all the way around, bring it up. Now, the way I tie a knot so it doesn't sort of come loose, most people will just go over like that and pull on it and tie. But that will, as soon as you release your tension, that is going to come undone a bit. It's going to release tension. So, but if you go through twice and then go down, you can pull right down. Okay, you can go back the other way if you like to do it again. Once again, I always go over twice. See how that hasn't loosened? That has not slackened off because I've gone round twice, not once. And then I'm just going to tie it off with just one little. Okay, now it's time to get it off of its thing. So you're just lifting these up. You can already see, you know, in fact, if you were to trim it while it was like this, you'd sort of, you know, it might be a little bit easier in the sense that they're held closer together. So you can see where the odd ones out are a little bit easier, you know. Yeah, I would trim it while it was still on the holder for better results. Okay, and that one's going to come off. Let's have a look. Oh, that one is just loose. Yep. Okay, then these actually come apart. You just pull it apart, take out your pom-pom, give it a shake, And there it is. That just needs a little bit of trimming. But, you know, compared with perhaps doing it, it's a lot quicker than doing it with the 2 pieces of cardboard way, which we used to, I think most of us probably did as kids. Well, I know I did. We did it, we made it whenever we had a pet, a new pet. We made them one. So, yeah. So, there's my second one. It's a size down, but it's still quite a good size. And, you know, I think, all in all, it's not too bad. I think, if, like I say, if I had sharper scissors, it would definitely be better. Now, that's one Pompom Maker that I purchased. And I got that from, yes, I got it from that dreaded place, Temu. And I believe it was under $5 Australian dollars, possibly. It was very, very cheap, and under $5 Australian dollars is probably going to be about $3.50 US dollars, give or take. And then I'm just going to put these back together for the next time. And yeah, okay. This is the other one I got. And this is like a guide, from what I can gather. So I'm assuming you put your yarn through there. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to do it off camera, because if the fan keeps blowing the yarn and stopping it from doing what I want it to do. Okay, got it. And then you sort of use that as your guide. Oh, hang on, how do we do it? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Let's have a look at the instructions. It tells me to pass the yarn through the induction ring, which I presume is this. Okay. And hook it in the groove in the rotating part. Okay, so there's the groove in the rotating part. Turn the handle to wind the yarn 100 times. Moving your ring from left to right 100 times. Okay. All right. So, which way are we going to go? Presumably this. No, it can't go that way. It'll have to be the other way. So presumably, hang on, I'm doing this wrong. No. No? Says I'm doing it right. Okay. Well, why is it coming undone? Okay, I'm going to guess it has to go through the front. So it has to go through the front. Stop blowing at me. Okay, so go through the front. Then we go over it. And then no. Nope, okay. I'm still doing something wrong. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But that's okay. I'm allowed to be an idiot. Okay, so we put the groove in first. How are you going to pass it through there? Or is there does it come undone? No. It's telling you. Oh, okay, hang on. Okay. Oh dear. Sorry, there's a lot of this is off screen because I'm trying to grip hold of it. Right, so that just goes on there. I'm going to go as far as to tie a little knot because I don't think it's going to stay on in that groove. I'm just going to tie a little knot just to get it to stay put. Okay. Right. Oh, dear. Oh, stay in there. Right, so, okay. Right, so you don't hold the yarn. You've got to just go around and around, up and down. It says to do this 100 times, and I assume, and I haven't counted. Now let me get that on. Get that out of the way. I'm quite liking this. I'm finding this a little bit easier and faster, but there's not much tension on it. So maybe I should be tensioning with my hand, but it doesn't say that. Yes, it does say that. So, okay, so it says I should be tensioning with my hand. Okay, that's better. Right, this first one's going to be it's going to be like a first pancake. It's not going to be great because I should have been tensioning with my hand, and I wasn't. And that's why it's all coming off the edge. Oh, okay, maybe I should just redo this one. Hang on, let me just cut that. And just cut this all off because I've not really done this a very good way at all. Okay. Because I needed to tension and it wasn't being tensioned, and that's going to make a huge difference to the result. See, we live and learn. We learn our mistakes and we realize how we stuffed up and we just redo it. Okay. Okay, chuck that yarn away and try it again. Toss that in there. Whoops, it's a thread as well. Oh, so that I'm picking up the threads instead of the end of the yarn that I want. Okay, so that's going over there. It's not holding it very tight. I'm going to double it up actually, and that might hold it tighter. No, that's not going to help because I need to thread it through here as well. Which way am I doing this? I'm doing it this way through there. Up the front, it's got to go. Then it goes over there. Okay. And then I tension with my fingers. So I'm holding onto that and I'm tensioning with my fingers. But I think I need to probably get it started. Okay. So, let's go back a little bit. So, tension with your fingers. Yeah, that's a bit better. Tensioned. It says to do about 100 times, and I'm not going to count. I'm just going to do it until it looks thick and full. My chair's squeaking. Okay. Now I'm guessing they want you to go up and down sort of constantly, which I'm not going to be able to do because my hands just won't work that way. So I'm just going, doing a few rounds here, moving down a little bit, doing a few more rounds there, moving down a little bit, and just watching the thickness sort of grow. And just hope it sort of won't affect it too much. This also makes tassels, because apparently you can adjust the length of this. It slides, apparently. I'm not sure how much more it would slide, but apparently it does. It makes tassels, which are made in very much the similar way. You just tie them differently. So with this, you remove the centerpiece and you tie in the middle, whereas with a with a tassel, you would get a needle and thread, and you would thread through that little hole, come out here, and then tie at the top to make a tassel. Okay. I don't know as if that's anywhere near 100. Really gone through this cake of yarn. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it there, and then I'm going to remove the middle, which is a matter of unscrewing this end and removing. Came off easier than this before. Removing the middle. When there was nothing on it. Oh dear. Okay, it does not want to budge. Is it moving? No. I'm going to end up breaking this if I pull too hard. Oh, there we go. It's come off that end, but can I get it to slide any further? Nope. Okay, this is not good. I'm gonna use brute strength again. There we go. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. And somehow I've got to get the thread in there. And that's going to be impossible. How are you supposed to get the thread through? Oh, it tells you to tie like that. Okay, I see. All right, I see. So, cut my yarn again. Cut a strand. And I will use a needle because that will be easier to get down the sides. So I've got to try and get down the sides. That's not perfect. I've got a feeling there's going to be a few strands left. Okay, and it tells me to tie it. Now I'll show you what I mean by this double tie. So if you just loop it through once and then pull, as soon as you let go, it releases again. That is why if you go through twice and then pull, no, it still loosens. It doesn't normally. Maybe it needs to go through 3 times. I really have put probably too much on this thing. don't normally need to have to do the whole put your finger on the tie bit. Nope. No, this is not very helpful at all. I'm not sure why I have to take the middle out. Oh, it's to gather it and cut it. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to cut it off, even though it's not tied in the middle properly, because I think I've probably done too much. I've probably wound it around way too many more times than I need to, and that's not going to go well. Yeah, I can tell already I've just done way too much winding. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a great pom-pom. And that's only because of me being terrible with it. But really and truly, Pompom Makers should be easy to use your first time, like that first one was. It shouldn't be too much of a learning curve. So this, and that tying, that doesn't really work either because of the tension in the yarn. You really need to cut it first, like I did with the other one, in order to get the tension released, so that when you know, tie it, it gathers. It's not going to gather now because obviously I've already tied it in a knot. Now, is that going to come out? No, it's not, because there's bits and pieces overlapping and everything. Oh, hang on, I haven't cut this bit. I thought this was going to be a better one. I thought I was going to really enjoy this one. Yeah. Okay, that did not work. And that is probably 95, 99% my fault. I will make another one. I will try one more time with this. Okay. So that goes in. Okay. See, that was the other problem too, I thought. Where's the handle? Oh, there it is. All right. I'm going to count this time. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to come back. I'll just show you this, what I've done here before I do start. What I've done is I'm going to put this thread here, okay, so that it's already in the middle, so that when it comes time to, you know, tie it in the middle, the thread is already going to be there. But I'm going to loop it around like that so that it doesn't get in the way, hopefully, of my winding bit, which it probably will. Yeah, it's going to get in the way of the winding, isn't it? I can't do it. I thought I was going to save a step there, but yeah, okay. The fan is not helping. Okay, back again in a second. Okay, that is 100. Okay, that is 100. So now, before I take the middle out, I am still going to, where'd my thread go? I'm still going to thread this through the sides before I take, at the top, before I take the middle out. I'm going to cut down. Okay, I just want to make sure that I get all the bits. Okay, so I'm going above the bar here. Okay. All right. this is 100, and like, as you can probably tell just by looking at it, it is so much less thick than the other attempt. So the needle should pop out with any luck a little bit easier too, because it's not so tight. So unscrew. And that was really quick when the amount I was off. Oops. You know, off camera. Yep, that's come out really nice and easily. Okay, so I bring this down so it's in the middle-ish. I do my double knot so that it doesn't slip loose. Now, just before I pull tight, make sure it's about halfway. Give it a good tug. It's still not locking. And that's weird because that normally does. So I'm just trying to keep the tension on that while I do the second knot. See, this is very hard. I was able to, oh darn it, that broke. Okay, that broke, but it's holding. I don't know whether to tempt fate or not. It's holding. I'm gonna give it a go and see what happens. Maybe I'll just poke this through. Hang on, where's my needle? Where's a hook I need? I'm gonna get a hook and I'm gonna grab that, put it around the back, bring it around the front. I'm going to put it through there and tighten that way as well. Okay. I know I keep going off screen. Hopefully I'm not going off screen so much that you can't see what I'm doing. Now this is actually going to be quite a small pom-pom, I'm going to guess, because I only went 100 times around, so I'm assuming this only makes small pom-poms. All right, let's see. Pull it out. Give it a bash on the side. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. That's, it's not very round, is it? Is it just me, or is it more of a oblong? Sort of seems to be more oblong. It's not very thick and bushy, so, you know, it's not as sort of, where's the other ones? It's not as sort of bulky as the other ones. These ones have really got some, you know, thickness to them. This one's very thin, but I don't think it, you know, if I shake it like that, you sort of get a odd shape. But all the ends do seem to be relatively even because I was able to cut with one snip. There's no sort of really long bits. So which one wins? I guess it depends on... I definitely need to practice a lot more on both. I wanted you to see my first attempts because I wanted you, you know, to see it as, you know, you would be working it. You know, you would get it and you would go, okay, you'd look at the instructions and you'd probably be a little bit smarter than me and realize, you know, how to set it up to begin with. That wouldn't probably take you as long as it took me, admittedly, sorry. But I think with a little bit of practice, you know, yeah, I mean, it depends what you want them for. This would be ideal for a small child's hat, I guess, because you don't want a really, you know, thick pom-pom, I guess. I don't know. But these are really thick. Like these would be great if you were, you know, giving these to a pet, a cat or something to play with. Now, I will put a warning in here. You shouldn't let cats play with lengthy pieces of yarn, even small pieces like this, because once they start pulling out small pieces, and like if I pull, see that comes out. And that sort of thing, if a cat swallows yarn, most of the time it's going to come out the other end, no problem. And my cats have actually gotten hold of yarn, and I don't know how, only small bits. So, and I've found it when I've emptied the kitty litter, and I thought, ooh, better be more careful, because not so much with smaller strands, I don't think it happens, but with longer strands, and this might be long enough, I don't know, it can actually cause their intestines to knot and get knotted, and then you're up for one hell of an expensive vet bill. So although that piece has fallen out when I pulled on it, they're not coming out when I give it a good shake. So I guess it depends what you're going to be doing with it. I wouldn't want to wash these. Let's see how tight this one is. See, this one you can still see the tie, and I don't like that necessarily. Let's see how tight it is though. Yep, you can still pull pieces out of it. So that might just be my hands not being strong enough to really tie a tight enough knot. But having said that, nothing's falling out when you give it a good shake. And I still think this one's an odd shape, but that might once again be me and the way I'm using it. But there you go. They are the Pompom Makers. I don't know if this has been any use at all. I'm just trying to see how this extends. Yeah, it extends. So if you want to make a tassel, you would want to make it longer, but that looks like that's about as long as it goes. So that would probably be about as big as the pom-pom, or as thick as a pom-pom you could make. But given that it just slides in and out so easily, once you start your winding, that's just going to contract. So I wouldn't necessarily, I would always just have it contracted and just work, you know, small pom-poms. But there you go. Yeah. This one was, I think, a few dollars more than the other. I'm going to give them both anyway, the same sort of score. The Sam score of suitability. And that's just going to be, you know, half marks, because I don't know, that's not fair. Out of 5, maybe I'm going to give them 3.5, 4, because they have done what they said they're going to do. They've produced pom-poms, which need very little trimming. My main concern is that you can just pull out the threads. I don't know if you can do that with normal pom-poms or whatnot. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And remember, it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you enjoy the ride. See you later. Bye for now.